All right. So the first thing I generally cover with every client is, are they investing in land or are they investing in houses? Those are the two big industries that currently use me. Now, I'll actually take the time to explain both to you. So if you're in one, you can know about the other one and vice versa. All right. So let's start with houses. Now, houses is what we did for like our first 4 years in business. All right. Now, houses is good. Now, the downside of houses is a couple things. One, it's a very competitive market. Okay. A lot of other people doing houses. And the other is it's also the seller has a strong emotional attachment to the house. So you have to overcome so much more than just, do you want to sell? You have to really talk to them about what they want to sell about, why they want to sell, what's going on in their lives. I think like with houses, the people that close the most deals are the ones that are the best at forming relationships. And so I will say that if you're choosing a house approach, it is like absolutely relationship required. All right. You have to go in with a great attitude, with a smile, almost like your customer service rather than sales if your houses. Now let's talk about land. Now, land, we've been doing land for like 2 years now, and the results are just blowing up. We do get about 2 to 4 times the results when pursuing land, and that's great. And that's one of the reasons why I like it so much, because I like my clients starting off on the best foot naturally. Now, land is great also because the sellers never have an emotional attachment to the piece of land, which is a huge benefit. And it's normally very transactional. So relationship is kind of optional. I still don't recommend not ever being rude or anything like that. But you don't have to really get in there as much. Hey, I saw you're selling the piece of land. I'm going to get an offer out to you in the next 2 days. Let me know what you think of that offer. Like, that's land, So that's one of the cool things there. As to where houses could be, what's going on in your life, what happened, tell me about what's going on with your husband, how can I help, and you really have to get in there. Now, as a result, houses, they can make you $50,000, $100,000 spreads, they're also as low as 10 as well. And land, as you know, can vary, anywhere from like 5 to whatever, depending on how large your parcels are. But I'm a huge fan of both. One thing I will say is, if you are doing houses in rural and suburban areas, the results explode, almost like we're doing land. So we get way more results in a rural or suburban area if you are doing houses. So don't be discouraged if that's the case. If you are in a metro area and you're doing houses, then I really recommend looking at something maybe more on the outskirts of that metro area to find that more suburban vibe. But that's basically the difference between houses and land from my perspective. I have a saying, and that is, if you're in houses, there's a 60% chance you're going to love me and my service. And if you're in land, there's like a 95% chance you're going to love us. And that's just because of the results. When you get loaded up with leads, you also get loaded up with contracts. Numbers fix everything. So the number one thing I want for all of my clients is leads. Right. And that's why I'm exactly making this course. I want you to start in the best place possible, which that's actually what these next videos are about, where I talk about selecting the best markets. Stay tuned.